advising that your aircraft will now depart from gate lounge 15.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji Airways FJ412 service bound for Nadi is now boarding all customers seated in rows between 20 through to 32.
in the overhead lockers provided. And for those of our guests seated in our emergency exit row area, your bags need to be placed in the overhead lockers above you. Should you wish to open overhead lockers to retrieve items which you have stowed away, please take extra care when opening, as items placed in these may have moved. Your crew are moving to the cabin to assist and check that your bags are correctly stowed. You're also reminded to remain in your allocated seat for takeoff and landing and to retain your boarding pass at all times. If you intend to use a blanket for the takeoff phase of the flight, please ensure for safety reasons that your seatbelt is fastened over your blanket. If you also intend to use a personal headphones, please ensure that this is connected to the aircraft entertainment system. We're waiting for about 10 more passengers. In the meantime, your flight attendants will be handing out your arrival forms for the Fiji Islands. If you have an international connecting flight later this morning, then you are not required to fill out this form.
First Officer Rat 2702, you made a wonderful cabin crew. I'd like to welcome everybody joining us here on flight number 412 outbound for Nadi, Fiji Islands. We're just waiting for the final paperwork to get on board. Once that's been complete, we'll have you up and on your way, and as well as the remainder of our baggage on board. And once that's been completed, we should be pushing back for an on-schedule departure on the hour. Our flying time today is anticipated to be 2 hours and 53 minutes, flown at an altitude as high as 40,000 feet. You're in a Boeing 737-700 series aircraft for your interest sake. The seatbelt signs today, whenever the seatbelt signs are illuminated, please make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened. And when we've extinguished them signs, it's always a good idea to remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened, just in case we do encounter unexpected bumps. Our flight plan is calling for about an hour after we get airborne to have some bumps, and it could last up to an hour as well. So just please keep that in mind.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our home on board your Fiji Airways flight FJ412, co-chaired with Qantas, now bound for Nadi, the Fiji Islands. I'd like to extend a special welcome to our Tumbo Club members and guests of our partner frequent flyer programs. As mentioned by our Captain Dwayne Razzler, our flight time to Nadi will take us 2 hours and 53 minutes. Now, in preparation for takeoff, you're required to ensure that your seatbelt is fastened, your seat backs upright, and your tray table is locked away. We remind you that all your in-cabin bags should be under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers provided. And in response to customer demand, this is a non-smoking flight. And before we can close the main entry door and our aircraft starts to move, it is a requirement to have all passengers seated. Also at the stage, all mobile phones and other electronic devices must be switched off. Full attention while we demonstrate the safety equipment and procedures of this Boeing 737-700 series aircraft. Cards illustrating these instructions are in the seat pocket in front of you.
Welcome aboard your Fiji Airways Boeing 737. We are committed to making your flight with us today as safe and comfortable as possible. We would like to demonstrate some of the safety procedures and equipment of our aircraft. It won't take long, so please pay attention. Firstly, your seatbelt needs to be fastened whenever you are seated in case of unexpected turbulence. To fasten, clip the belt together and pull the strap tightly. To release it, simply lift the flap. In the unlikely event of an emergency, you may be asked to take the brace position. If you are unsure, please refer to the safety card located in your seat pocket. In any emergency, follow your crew's instructions. Your crew will now show you the emergency exits. Please take the time to familiarize yourself with your nearest exit, remembering that it might be behind you. Illuminated strips on the floor and lights close to the exits will guide you to the nearest exit if visibility is restricted. The exits are equipped with evacuation provisions, which will be operated by the crew if needed. A life jacket is located under your seat or under the center armrest for our business class guests. If required, remove it from its pack, slip it over your head, bring the tapes around your waist, and clip the buckle together. Pull this tape to tighten. There are 2 red tags for inflating the jacket. Pull both tags as you exit the aircraft. There are mouthpieces for extra inflation, and the jacket has a light and a whistle for attracting attention. There is an oxygen mask in the unit above your head. If it is needed, it will drop down automatically from above. Pull mask down to start oxygen flow. Remain in your seat, stay calm, place the mask firmly over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Pull the elastic tape over your head and adjust it to hold the mask in place. Please ensure that your mask is on before assisting children or others that may need your help. There are also oxygen masks in the toilets. We will tell you when oxygen is no longer required. We remind you that smoking is not permitted on board, including the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors. For now, please turn off all electronic devices. Approved devices may only be turned on 20 minutes after takeoff and must be turned off 20 minutes before landing. Finally, please check that your seat back and tray table are in the upright position, your headrest is stowed, and that your seatbelt is fastened. All hand luggage must be either under the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartment provided. That's Fijian for thank you very much. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Fiji time.
all your life. Not all your love, all your hate, all your memory, all your pain. It was all the same thing.
Should you wish to open up a headlock to retrieve items which you have stowed away, please take extra care when opening his items. Placed in these may have moved during the takeoff. The seatbelt sign is now off. However, while seated, it is a requirement that your seatbelt is fastened at all times. And on this flight, my crew and I are delighted to be of service to you. If there's anything my crew and I can do, please feel free to ask us. So use the attendant port button located in the service panel above you. We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Fiji time. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow crew and I, we are proud sons and daughters of these 300 beautiful islands we call Fiji. This is our home and we warmly welcome you to our shores. We're now approaching the terminal and it is for your safety that you remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt sign above you is switched off. Do check your seat pockets and overhead lockers for all your personal belongings. And take extra care in opening as items placed in these may have moved during the course of the flight. For any further travel arrangements, Fiji Airways invites you to visit our website at fijiairways.com. On arrival at the terminal, our ground handling staff will be in the arrivals hall to assist you. Do not hesitate to contact them for any assistance you may require. And to our international transit passengers, you are to proceed to the international transfer desk after disembarking. On behalf of Captain Ray's line and the entire crew, we trust you've enjoyed our Fijian hospitality and we thank you for choosing Fiji Airways and our co-chair partners, Qantas. It has been a pleasure having you on board and we look forward to being of service to you when next you choose to fly. And to all our PT residents, we say welcome home. To our guests visiting our friendly shores, we trust you will enjoy your stay with us. To our guests who have connecting flights, we wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey. Once again, Nisambula and welcome to the Fiji Islands, where happiness finds you. Vinaka.
Cross-check.
Thank you, sir. Yes, great flight. Thank you. It's Fiji time. I managed to fly on board a rare Boeing 737-700, the only one in the Pacific region, and I had a great flight with Fiji Airways. Their friendly smiles and constant greetings were among the highlights of my trip. I hope that my experience in Fiji will blow me away. Until then, Vanaka.